I went 9-4. It's pretty good today. Later tonight, we got some Thursday night football, but it's only fair that I do my Week 10 predictions. Tonight's game is the Las Vegas Raiders against the Denver Broncos. Um, these are two teams that are almost somewhat evenly matched based on the fact that the Raiders are starting to show some spirit, and obviously the Broncos are very much the better team, but could also very easily lose this game. That being said, I have more faith in the Broncos. I'm picking the Broncos tonight. Next game is the Atlanta Falcons versus Indianapolis Colts. It is the Colts are very much on a streak, and Atlanta is coming off of a. Yo, what's up, brother? Um, Coming off of a game where they almost beat New England. They were literally 1 point difference. Um, that being said, I don't believe that Atlanta is the team that's going to stop the Colts this time. Yeah, oh for sure. I, which is why, yeah, and I very much am picking the Colts in this one. Someone will stop the Colts. It will not be the Falcons, but I'm sure the Falcons will at least create for a decent game. At the very least, I just don't think it'll be enough to fully stop the Colts offense. Next game is probably one of the few games that nobody's going to watch except for me because I'm kind of forced to, which is the Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets. Misery be thy name, and that be the name of the New York Jets for sure. I don't think I had to explain that these are two bad teams facing each other. One significantly worse than the other, um, with arguably no shock to anybody, as most people will. I'm very much taking the Browns on this. This is not a bias. As a Browns fan, this is just fact. The Jets suck. There's no way around it. Yes, the Jets got a win over the Bengals, but you know what? If they hadn't gotten a win over the Bengals, it would have probably been a win over the Browns of any other team. So, and the Browns are not gonna do that. I expect us to go 3-6 because of it. Next game is arguably just as whatever, but at least following a good team, which is New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers riding high right now. Um, as they are, I believe they are at five. They're 5-4, and they're in the NFC South. They are looking very good. Potentially good enough to, if they keep this momentum going, good enough to be in the playoffs, which the Panthers have not been in the playoffs in a minute. So that'd be nice for them. They pretty much haven't been relevant since Cam Newton, so honestly, it's good for the Carolina Panthers to be doing something these days. I don't have to explain that the Saints have absolutely nothing going for them. They are a shitty team. Um, that being said, they are not the worst team. It's hard to say if the Jets are the worst team or if the Dolphins are the worst team. But the Saints are just a little bit better than that. That being said, I'm very much picking Carolina through and through. Next up is New England Patriots versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucks are playing at home, and New England is very much the healthier team. And New England is again one of those teams where they're waiting for them to finally, like, oh, something's got to get them right. They keep going. they're rolling like they're the Brady era Patriots 20 years ago or something. But someone's got to get them, and the Bucks would probably be the team to likely stop them. There's a lot more going for, I think, Tampa Bay than New England, and New England's, especially without Drake May was playing the last game, what have you. Not not much to say there, but obviously always room for improvement. Um, Baker Mayfield um, is coming off of, like many people on the team, being having some minor injuries that they have to get around. I think there's people that are probably favoring the Bucks in this game, but I'm feeling that New England wins it. I'm picking the Pats on this. I feel they just have a better chance. It'll be a close game. If the Bucks win at home, not shocked. If New England wins, it's gonna be they win by a field goal or something. They're gonna keep it close. Next game, Baltimore Ravens versus the Minnesota Vikings. Baltimore Ravens got their star QB back, Lamar Jackson. Um, I did not pick Baltimore last week, and I wish I had. That was a very silly move on my part. And they're going against the Minnesota Vikings. Both very healthy teams. Minnesota arguably the healthier of the teams. That being said, I just don't think. I will say this would be an interesting game. JJ McCarthy, of course, showing some, stepping up to the plate and doing his thing. And last week looked really good. This will be interesting. That being said, I have this belief that I should have picked Baltimore last time. And seeing that Lamar was already like a pick of the week, for just the stats of the last game, I was like, yeah, clearly he's. Yeah, of course, brother. Um, you just let me know when. Um, I'm picking Baltimore on this because they lost. I can't see them losing twice in a row. It's Baltimore very likely. They're already back in second place. Likely gonna take the lead from Pittsburgh soon because of course they fucking will. But it was funny seeing Baltimore in third place. Don't get me wrong, and for 1 week in last place, which I mentioned that Baltimore had not been in last place in 18 years. Something to think about. Next game is Buffalo versus Miami. Do I need to explain why everyone's going to pick Buffalo on this one? Dolphins suck. They got nothing. You could pretty much describe the Dolphins with like a Trump quote or something. Just that like they're just like 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 we didn't try hard enough. That's like that kind of thing of just over. There's they're showing they have some glimpses, and one of their last games, Miami very much was shining a little bit, proving that they didn't need to necessarily fire Mike McDaniel's right away, but they're gonna. I mean, after the season's over, very much will. Um, they will need to. They will definitely need to rebuild, but it's not for a lack of. They got something. But they're definitely missing a few key pieces for sure, and it's affecting them, which is how even the Browns won over them because they just are not looking good. Buffalo, but whatever the fuck they want. Next game, New York Giants versus the Chicago Bears. Kind of a hard toss up for me, but the Bears looking much better than the Giants are right now. Don't get me wrong. Props to Jackson Dart for at least keeping for at least playing well, and at least having a decent team. Giants are anything but, you know, they're, they're not great, but they're not a bottom five team either. So there's that going for them. And the Giants need one season where they can be like, oh, we're semi decent. Even if they don't make the playoffs, they can say there's promise here. And that's, it's the whole point of a good rebuild season is to do that. Which is why I'm going Bears in this. I see Chicago doing it. Chicago's, again, they're bouncing back. I feel good about that. I'd love to see the Bears, potentially make the wild card. We will see. Next game is Jacksonville versus Houston. This is a kind of a hard one to pick, and a lot of people would probably pick Houston on this one just because of how wishy-washy Jacksonville has been. And I would argue that in this case, Houston probably is the better team to go for. That being said, I do think that I would prefer Jacksonville in this one. I feel like Jacksonville is gonna, they beat KC. They lost to other teams. It's a weird one for them. And Houston's kind of coming off of some better games than Jacksonville's had. Trevor Lawrence not looking so hot. But there's some part of me, even as if it's crazy, is saying that I'm picking Jacksonville. I don't know why. It just feels like they have a chance here. If I'm wrong, maybe I ride with Houston for a while. We will see. Depends on who either of his teams play. It will probably be, I don't know if it'll be a close game, most likely. Who's to say? Next game is Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks. Cardinals looking alright. They don't stand a fucking chance against the Seahawks, though, who are looking phenomenal. Especially not just in their division, but also just as a whole. So they definitely Seahawks are dominating in this game. I could feel that. Next game, Detroit versus Washington. Detroit coming off of a loss, as is Washington. Washington's just looking a little rough. Detroit is definitely looking for a comeback, and they're gonna, because this is a great team, so they're gonna show. Oh yeah, we're the Detroit Lions. We went fifth. We were amazing last year. We were in the playoffs even. They want to remind people why they went 15-2. Give me Detroit on this one, for sure. And we'll see how they go. And I think it's going to be interesting who Detroit plays and who Chicago plays come Thanksgiving in a couple weeks. So that should add some flair here. Next game, the Los Angeles Rams versus the 49ers. I think it's safe to say that the Rams are the healthier team and likely would be the better pick. That being said, Sam Fran has this weird luck where, despite all these injuries, it's like they have this. It's like they're the Incredibles, the X-Men, if you will. They're just unstoppable. It's goddamn Wolverine's playing on their team or something. And I think while this luck is due to fade, I think the Rams were more likely to maybe win this game, but there's some part of me that says San Fran can push it out. I'm going San Fran. Probably not. Probably in the minority on that. I know, but you gotta have variety is indeed the spice of life. Next up is Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Chargers. Pittsburgh is definitely not looking hot at the moment. They're definitely struggling. Chargers definitely a better team. I'm going Chargers on this one. I don't see Pittsburgh even getting close to winning against the Chargers. They'll score, and I'm sure Aaron Rodgers will do decently, but I just can't see him doing well in this game. Pittsburgh has plenty of other games where Aaron Rodgers will likely dominate. Just not this one. That's Sunday Night Football, so that will be so it'll hopefully be a decent Sunday Night Football game, which leads us to arguably, I think, one of the more interesting games: Monday Night Football. Bum 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 bum. Um, Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers. This is a hard pick for sure. Um, Being that yes, the Eagles are very much are leading, but they're not dominating. And the Green Bay Packers are very much the weird wild card in this game, where it's hard to say if Jordan Love will do well or not, and whether Jalen Hurts will do well or not. But there's some part of me that says Eagles probably gonna win this game. Um, Both these teams are gonna keep it close, no doubt about that. These are both very good teams, Philly especially. Um, but there's something about the Packers that just this season where it's like I think somebody said it best. They said this that it's like if they face a team they're guaranteed to lose against, they have a better chance of winning and vice versa. So like when they lost to the Browns, nobody expected that on either side because who the hell would expect in that scenario expect the Browns to win, especially the way they did on a blocked kick, no less. Um, and with that, so I'm very much locking in Philly, and these are my week 10s. I wish everybody luck and happy week 10. Have fun, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.